If Thanos was collecting Infinity Stones, I'm collecting popular indie cartoons. So, let me see. Hello Boss, Has Been Hotel, The Amazing Digital Circus, Lackadaisy, and what's next? Oh, that's right.
Murder boner.
Wait. It's Murder Drones. Damn it. I finally found some time to watch Murder Drones, and it was by far the most freaking confusing and unnecessarily convoluted show that I have ever seen. Seriously. The pilot episode was very solid. It immediately hooked me up and made me want to continue watching the show. That's what a good pilot is supposed to do. But there is one little problem that's really impossible to somehow ignore. The pilot seems to be almost completely disconnected from the rest of the show. This is what I understood about the story and characters after watching the pilot. The story takes place on a cold exoplanet around a gas giant planet. The main protagonist is a teenage robot girl named Uzi Dorman, who is a worker drone. Worker drones live inside some kind of factory buildings. Uzi's got serious daddy issues and her father Khan is a doorman. He keeps every worker drone safe by taking care of doors. I swear female characters with daddy issues is some kind of new trend of indie animation. So, everyone needs to stay behind the doors to be safe because there are dangerous murder drones outside who are basically programmed to hunt and kill robot workers. So one day Uzi, feeling more rebellious than usual, decides that it would be a wonderful idea to go outside the doors to look for murder drones, who she intends to destroy using a super cool gun. Of course she meets the drones, but she befriends one of them named Ann, who turns out to be a nice guy despite being a murder drone. At the end of the episode, Uzi declares to Ann that she wants to go to Earth and destroy the corporation that left drones on the exoplanet and made murder drones hunt worker drones. This is what I got after watching the pilot episode. That's a totally cool premise, I thought. I love it. Uzi and Ann will try to get to Earth and to take down evil humans. But then, I started watching episode 2 and it felt like it didn't even continue the plot of the pilot. Mind you, I watched the show just one time, and I would have understood it better if I watched it the second time. But, you don't need to watch a show twice to understand what's going on if it is well written. In the case of Murder Drones, I had to constantly resort to using Wiki to just read the freaking plot, especially between episodes 4 and 6. In this middle section of the show, the plot feels extremely disjointed and extremely disconnected. That was a great problem for me because I really genuinely, sincerely wanted to like the show. I love the main characters, Uzi and Ann. Their relationship is extremely well established in the show and they genuinely have a lot of on-screen chemistry. Although their relationship felt more like big brother and little sister rather than romantic in my opinion. And being an older and more emotionally stable brother who constantly has to endure emotional teenage outbursts of Uzi while guiding and comforting her. That's how their relationship felt. Especially in episode 4 when Uzi became a zombie drone and almost killed V and only Ann could bring Uzi's normal self back. I loved Uzi and her design. It's very simplistic and extremely satisfying at the same time. She is angsty, but all she needs is some understanding and comfort. She really reminded me of Octavia from Hello Boss, partly because of her hat. And since Uzi is voiced by Elsie Lovelock, we could almost have Uzi speaking with a British accent, which would have made her even more similar to Octavia. I really like Uzi, but her problematic relationship with her father Khan is too underwhelming. It was, as I stated before, well established in the pilot episode. Khan and Uzi have relationships similar to Octavia and Stolas. Uzi really needs her father to understand her and to spend time with her, but he neither understands her quirkiness nor wants to even spend time with his daughter. So, Uzi feels the need for a parent figure, but her own father is not actually interested in proper parenting, and only gets excited when Uzi lies to him that she wants to go out to examine doors. Khan wants Uzi to be just like him, to be his successor, which Uzi really doesn't want. Khan is too afraid of everything, so he can't even use a gun to save his own daughter from being torn apart by a murder drone. This is a great foundation for a truly dramatic family conflict that had massive potential. Imagine your own father can't even save your life when you are in danger. But the show really squanders almost all of its enormous potential. Another example is the inner conflict of N, who is torn apart between his duty of exterminating worker drones and his friendship with Uzi. None of it actually makes much sense past the pilot episode. Murder Drones is a show with insane potential that was squandered. I don't know why, maybe it was intentionally written this way to be incohesive and as hard to follow as possible. That's a shame honestly, because I genuinely loved almost everything else that's not the plot. The animation is actually gorgeous. I never thought I would like 3D animation so much, but that's the fact. It's like 3D anime but actually done right. I compare Murder Drones to some high-budget 3D animated films, and Murder Drones just looks so much more enticing and pleasant from the standpoint of general aesthetics. And the character design is just beautiful. As I said, I love Uzi's simplistic design. Action scenes look amazing, especially in the final episode. The show gives me Little Nightmares vibes, you know, a Swedish indie horror game. The whole atmosphere is very similar. Murder Drones is very atmospheric. The gore doesn't feel excessive. Still, there is a lot of gore and violence, but since the characters are robots, it's completely fine. It's fine to dismember or torture robots on screen in most gruesome ways you can think of. That would only be TV-14, because they're robots, not humans, obviously. And the voice acting is top notch too. Elsie Lovelock absolutely kills it as Uzi. I love her occasional anger or psychotic outbursts. And Anne is voiced by Michael Kolak, so Uzi and Anne are basically Charlie Morningstar and Angel Dust. Murder Drones is clearly a passion project, and despite all the serious issues with the writing, I really adore the show, and I adore the fact that it exists thanks to Glitch. I think all in all, Murder Drones is a beautiful piece of indie animation. And I honestly feel a bit sad that it's just 8 episodes. I would really love to spend some more time with these characters in this particular setting. I think Murder Drones had potential to be a masterpiece, but the potential was wasted, unfortunately. Still gonna buy some merch though.